Hey everyone. I'm feeling a little scared. Not I won't say a little. Yeah, I'm feeling scared and tender to share this with you. Just as I talk and I connect, I am becoming a little more relaxed. So I want to do this video about humility and vulnerability, and I want to do it fresh because I just had an experience that really, yeah, brought some stuff up for me, and I'm not going to rehearse it or try to plan it out because I think that'll take away from it. So that's part of why I'm scared. So some of the reasons why I wanted to do this is I I wanted to be vulnerable with you. Um, in my sessions, I offer that. I offer the chance for you to be vulnerable and for me to be vulnerable. And that's always a choice for both of us. It's never something that I push. It never has to happen every session or any session. But because I offer that, I feel like it's only fair that I'm vulnerable with you. That I offer that. If I'm gonna invite you or sometimes invite you to share some things or ask for some things that might feel vulnerable for you if that's the direction you want to head, if you're open to that growth. I feel like it's only fair that I'm also vulnerable with you. So I'm going to tell a story, and the other reason I'm doing this is it's an example of how, for me, some of the things that I practice and that I do in cuddle sessions are really helpful for me and for the world in day-to-day life. So without further ado, the story is that I just recently came back from a massage today. Just a massage with a professional massage therapist. And to be honest, as I saw them in the waiting room as I was filling out my kind of waiver and health form, I was creating some judgments about them. So when I come to a cuddle session, I'm really intentional about being humble about I let go of my judgments and I just get into a space of loving the client, the person I'm going to meet with, basically unconditionally, and just being with them and loving how they are and how they show up. And I didn't think about it, and I wasn't in that kind of space when I was just perceiving this massage therapist. And so some of my judgments, it wasn't conscious, it just, me being human, that came up that I was thinking, they're kind of acting strange. They're being weird. I was thinking, oh no, is this my therapist? I just wasn't getting a very relaxed vibe from them. I was creating the story that they were anxious, that they were maybe a little socially awkward. Looking back, I had no idea. I have no idea if those stories were true or not, but that's the stuff that was coming up for me. And I feel a little bad. I feel some sadness. And I feel some shame to share that with you because those aren't things that I'm proud of. Those aren't things that those aren't ways that I want to live or want to be thinking about people. I want to be just coming from love every moment, and I'm still working on that. So I had my massage, and afterward I walked up to the massage therapist, and I said, "Thank you very much for massage," and I reached out with some money to give her a tip. Um, and she didn't seem to notice it. And then it started to click with me that, yeah, like her eyes did not, or they weren't meeting mine, and they also weren't following down, looking downward to see my hand with the money in it, which would be, yeah, you're probably, anyways, a pretty common, experience for her as a therapist. So after a moment or two of her not noticing my hand and money in front of her, I said, "Oh, here's a tip for you. Thank you very much." And then she kind of reached out her hand, not reaching it to mine, and I put the money in her hand. And I realized in that moment, I'm not certain, but there's a possibility that she is either blind or has some kind of vision impairment, and that was the reason for why her sometimes eyes or facial expressions, or where she was looking before the massage started. That's maybe why she was acting differently than what my expectation was. And yeah. Yeah, just hit me that, wow, I was being judgmental about her, and I really didn't know her story. So in that moment, wow, I had a huge flood of humility come over me, realizing one of my flaws is sometimes I judge people. Sometimes I'm not conscious of that, and I'm not acting and thinking how I want to. So for nothing else, I think just the reminder of humility is a really valuable one to bring up in this video. And as I mentioned before, it was a reminder for me to keep on taking these skills and ways of being in a cuddle session, of being humble, and for me not assuming, letting my judgments at the door, for me to keep taking those into my day-to-day life more, and it'll make my life and others' lives, and hopefully the whole world better. And like I said, it was vulnerable for me to share that with you, because part of me doesn't want to put on the internet that I can be judgmental. I feel scared of how some people might judge me, how some people might think of me after they look at this video and see some of my internal world, my imperfections, or maybe you could say humaneness, just that I'm human as well, of course. And I think that that's part of vulnerability, whether it's me and I'm being vulnerable in a session, or you might be vulnerable in the future in a session with me, that just sharing some of the parts that we don't feel as comfortable or confident about ourselves or our choices or life experiences. That's part of vulnerability, and it can be scary, really scary sometimes. Can feel tender, and like, yeah, I'm letting down my walls, and we're opening ourselves up for the potential to be hurt or judged. And if we can do that, be vulnerable in a safe space and with safe people like I am, and I'm sure you are as well, it can create incredible feeling of connection and healing and safety, to know that we don't have to be perfect in this world to be loved. We don't have to be perfect to be accepted or to be able to share our stories. So, I don't know. I'm a little bit scared to end this and put it on the internet, because that's when another level of vulnerability for me starts. But I hope you can relate to this. Please let me know if you can, whether it's a comment or a message, email or text. And let me know what you think about the video. Let me know what you think about vulnerability or humility. And if it feels genuine for you to support me and just say like, hey, I do that too sometimes, or just support me that you found this video helpful, that'd be great, because it's nice for me to get affirmation when I'm being vulnerable and I'm doing something I'm scared of. So until then, may we all feel loved and safe and just unconditionally loved, and thank you.